Hello. Our last video ended with a look at the Royal Hospital for Veteran Soldiers at Chelsea. Greenwich Royal Naval Hospital was commissioned as a counterpart for sailors by Queen Mary following victory over a French fleet at Cape La Hogue in 1692. Mary took a personal interest in the project and made several site visits to check on work in progress. The site on the south bank of the Thames was occupied by the derelict remains of a Tudor palace, on which reconstruction had started in 1664 and for which architect John Webb had built a new wing. At the rear of the site stood the Queen's House, Inigo Jones' first major architectural work, begun in 1616 for Anne of Denmark, wife of James I, and completed for Charles I's Queen Henrietta Maria. When he designed the Queen's House, Jones had just returned from an extended stay in Italy, studying Renaissance architecture and Palladian classicism. Renaissance elements and detail had been filtering into Britain, but the Queen's House was the first truly classical building and hugely influential. Work on the Naval Hospital began in 1694. Christopher Wren's brief was to make the Queen's House a central feature, retaining unobstructed views of the riverside, and to incorporate the wing already built by John Webb. The problem for Wren was that the Queen's House was relatively small and too distant to form a natural focus. His solution was to frame it at the end of two symmetrical colonnades, drawing the eye much as an artist uses perspective in a landscape painting. The hospital itself consists of 4 main blocks or courts in Portland stone, designed to accommodate up to 1,500 individuals. The East Range, known as King Charles Court, incorporates John Webb's building. Mirroring this on the west is Queen Anne Court. Behind Queen Anne Court is Queen Mary Court with a dome, and behind King Charles Court is King William Court with a matching dome. From the riverside, a processional route leads to the Queen's House. The statue of King George II was added in 1735. The spectacular painted hall in King William Court, where the body of Admiral Lord Nelson lay in state after the Battle of Trafalgar, was decorated by James Thornhill, the artist who painted the dome of St Paul's Cathedral. It was used as a ceremonial dining hall. The connected chapel was rebuilt after a fire in the late 18th century. On Greenwich Hill, behind the Naval Hospital, Wren built the Royal Observatory. As a former professor of astronomy, he was the ideal architect. The Naval Hospital closed in 1869. From 1873 to 1998, it was home to the Royal Naval College. It now houses Greenwich University and in King Charles Court, Trinity College of Music. The Queen's House and the Observatory belong to the National Maritime Museum, the Royal Observatory having moved to Hurstmonceux in East Sussex in 1950. The painted hall and chapel are open to the public. Wren's on-the-spot architect at Greenwich was Nicholas Hawksmoor. Both men gave their services free. Wren died in 1723, before Greenwich Hospital was finished. Work was completed by John Vanbrugh and Hawksmoor, with Thomas Ripley putting the finishing touches to Queen Mary Court. I plan to take a closer look at Nicholas Hawksmoor next time. If you've enjoyed this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons and click on the notification bell to be informed when the next video is available, or you can subscribe by clicking on the rose window over my shoulder.